Well, it's a holiday weekend here, and I just spent the most glorious day on the river with friends. And we've had just such a lovely time together, and the sound of water relaxed me so much. I was inspired to come home and create a fountain. So we'd have the sound of water every day. So I happen to already have some aquarium pumps on hand because I'd played with fountains before. They're very simple. They cost about $25, and there's a little valve here that you can use to adjust the flow. So what I like to do is find a nice container that holds water, and I'm going to do a real simple one. The one we opened with is a little more complicated. I've stacked up a variety of things to add to it to make it interesting. But the main thing you need to know is that the higher the water and the more things it hits, the splashier the noise you have. So I'm going to put a bit of a tile in here because I don't want to have to build up my objects too much. And if this sits down right in the bottom of my container, I'll have to build up with a lot of things. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. You want to use a grounded outlet. And you want to go ahead and adjust the flow with it on. Whoop, there we go. See, that's a nice big flow, nice and splashy. That might be actually more than I need, but I think I'm going to start with that. And it makes a nice noise, even if you didn't put anything else in it. Lordy, that would be lovely just the way it is. But I had this idea to put shells around it. And this is sitting very nicely on the tile, but if it were moving around, you would just fill in around it with some river stones like you can get in the dollar store to hold it in place, which is what I did with this one. So I'm going to start with this one. I have this idea that maybe I can get the water in and coming out of it somehow. So I'm going to just play. Oh, there we go. Ooh, I like that. That's pretty nice just the way it is. Doesn't make as much noise, so you could adjust it some to be a little splashier. And talking about splash, definitely you want to, when you set this up in your home, you want to make sure you put it somewhere where, ooh, I like that. That's nice. You want to put it somewhere where it's not going to ruin something when it splashes. Like outdoors on the deck, it won't matter. On a kitchen or bathroom counter, you wouldn't have a problem. Or a glass tabletop. Or even, I think, inside a big plant. If you have a big floor plant and there's a big pot, you could set a small fountain like this right in the plant and the splash wouldn't matter. Now the main thing I try to do when I build the objects up is to make it so you can't really see the pump or the tubing that much. I'm going to move this so you can see I've extended the pump itself with a little piece of clear tubing that you can get also in the aquarium store. But I like to try to build things up around it a bit so that's not quite so obvious. And you can see by just adjusting the pump itself and how you build the things around it, you can get the amount of sound and splash you want. And just make sure every few days add some fresh water to it because it will evaporate, and you never want the water level to go below the pump because it will burn out. It has to be submerged in water. So have fun with this and enjoy water in your life every day. I'm Darlene. Have a great weekend.